We are back with the continuation of our One Piece arc recap in 5 minutes. The last minute we left off Impel Down, and now we're going straight into Marineford, into the battle. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave a like. As the Marines prepare for Ace's execution, they bring him out to the platform where the identity of his dad, being Gold Roger, is revealed to the world. We then see a little bit about Ace's backstory, which shows how Ace met Whitebeard when he was a younger pirate, fighting him, trying to kill him several times, until Ace is then adopted by Whitebeard, which then leads to Ace wanting to make Whitebeard the Pirate King. As Whitebeard arrives, he wastes no time making his imprint in the battle by using his fruit to trigger a huge tidal wave heading down to the Marines. This tidal wave is saved by Aokiji's Ice Age! Mihawk then shoots an attack at Whitebeard, which is stopped by Diamond Jozu. Kizaru also attempts to attack Whitebeard, and he's stopped by Marco the Phoenix, the 2nd Division commander of the Whitebeard Pirates, that has the Phoenix mythical fruit. Oz arrives on the island, who is also indebted to Ace after he made him a hat. Oz is the descendant of the giant that Luffy and his crew faced back in Thriller Bark. Oz is then taken down by the Shichibukai Kuma, Doflamingo, and Moria. Kobe and Helmeppo along the way see Akainu killing a marine that attempted to run away, which then leads to Kobe having to question his views about the state of the Marines and how his idea of justice is different from other people's idea of justice in the Marines. Garp, feeling dreadful of the situation, not being able to help his adopted son, regrets the choices that Ace decided to live his life by and wished they just lived by his instruction in becoming the strongest Marines instead. Luffy arrives in the battlefield falling from the sky along with all the people that he burst out from Impel Down, including Ivankov, Buggy, and Crocodile. Landing the battlefield, Crocodile wastes no time attacking, but is then stopped by Luffy because Luffy knows Ace likes Whitebeard, and then Luffy declares straight to Whitebeard's face that he is going to be the Pirate King, much to everybody's surprise. Luffy then communicates to Whitebeard the Marines' plans to move up Ace's execution to kill him faster than it was planned originally. After that, Luffy makes a dash straight to attempt to save Luffy. Sengoku also then reveals the identity of Luffy's dad being Dragon, the most wanted man in the planet. But at the end of the day, Luffy's presence in the battlefield motivates the Whitebeard Pirates to move on forward in their attempt to rescue Ace. But in a shocking turn of events, one of the allies of Whitebeard turns around and stabs Whitebeard after being deceived by Akainu. But rather than Whitebeard retaliating, he ends up hugging and accepting his son for being a fool, which then leads to immense regret from Squad. Whitebeard, being angered by Akainu's deception, drops from his ship and uses his fruit to immediately destroy the island. Luffy then confronts all 3 admirals and manages to escape them, but the order to execute Ace was given. But before Ace could be executed, Ace was saved by Crocodile. Akainu then fights Whitebeard and Kizaru on top of that, and it's a gruesome fight which led to several injuries sustained by Whitebeard. Whitebeard hurt and the situation now dire. Another order to execute Ace was passed on, and before Ace could be executed, Luffy lets out a burst of Conqueror's Haki, which knocks a bunch of Marines on the battlefield and Ace's executioner out. Luffy finally gets a clear path to Ace to go and rescue him, but is then confronted by Garp, but Garp could not do anything to hurt his beloved grandson. Luffy punches Garp out of the way and finally reaches Ace, and Ace is now freed. The brothers drop down the battlefield and fight the Marines off in an attempt to escape, but Akainu baits Ace into fighting him by abusing Whitebeard. Ace quickly then realizes that he is no match for Akainu, and Luffy being distracted for a moment, Akainu uses that opportunity to dash forward to execute Luffy. Ace then puts himself in between both of them, resulting to him becoming Donut Ace, which then led to his death. Angered by Ace's death, Garp moves forward to kill Admiral Akainu, but is stopped by Sengoku. Whitebeard then attacks Akainu, obviously for killing his son, which is a grueling battle that led to Whitebeard getting another hole punched through his chest, but he ended up defeating Akainu temporarily. Blackbeard then arrives on the battlefield along with his crew and many members in Impel Down that he has now recruited. Whitebeard, being damaged from his battle in the war and with Akainu, could not do much and then suffers an onslaught of attacks from Blackbeard and his crew, which ended up killing Whitebeard. After Whitebeard died, he died standing with no wounds to his back. Blackbeard puts a white cloth over him and he goes in and comes out with two devil fruits, Whitebeard's fruit and Blackbeard's fruit, becoming the first character in One Piece to have two devil fruits. On the other hand, Luffy is completely incapacitated by the shock of his brother's death, and as Akainu turns his attention to execute Luffy, Luffy is saved by Jinbei and them guys, and they all make a dash to protect Luffy from Akainu. With the help of Trafalgar Law, one of the 7 warlords and the worst generation, and his polar tank, Luffy escapes the battlefield. As the war and the senseless bloodshed still goes on, Kobe makes a speech in an attempt to stop the war, which then resulted in Akainu almost killing him until he was saved by Shanks. Shanks' arrival in the battlefield then prompts Sengoku and everybody else, including the Blackbeard Pirates, to not want to fight anymore, and that declared the end of the war. Shanks then negotiates the burial of both Ace and Whitebeard, which the Marines agreed, and Sengoku declares that the war has finally ended. On the polar tank, as Luffy is clutching for dear life and health, Trafalgar Law, the death surgeon, operates on Luffy, which then saves his life essentially. And that brings us to the end of the Marineford arc. There is a short backstory of Luffy and Ace in their childhood that is next. If you guys want me to cover that, let me know. If not, I'll see you in the next arc. It's been the Bombs with Expensive Taste. I'm All Might X. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Catch you in the next one. Peace.